can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we go to eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Go be money, miss away in the year, look at you. Use the youth, the money, waste for most of the statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got enough, they got you. Take this script of money, God, and say that it's not you. One day, the man above end up in my got up. Too much eating at the kitchen, some fly by like a patu. When singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me
300% raise.
It burn me
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me
I see corruption peace.
It burn me
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
For me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in our fever. Member bowl honey and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start like thief when them sell.
It burn me
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me
Or them a treat the son man.
It burn me
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me
How them a treat soldier man.
It burn me
How them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't.
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona thief. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good night. It's just gone midnight in the United Kingdom. It is the 29th of December, and oopsie daisy, I have just turned 49. Good night to all those on YouTube, on Facebook, on the X, on TikTok, and to our debut on the Twitch tonight. Good night and welcome to my birthday hangout. Tonight I'm not here with any topic of discussion. I am just here for a little birthday chit chat. And then, you know, one will be off to their bed. Good evening to everyone. Here, Debbie, Sunshine, Beat and Teach, Raymond, Nikki, yeah, everybody, big up yourselves. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you, Holder. I really appreciate you being here. Yes, still a bit under the weather, but surviving. I am surviving. Good night to those on TikTok. Like and share the live, please. Like and share the live. Like and share the live, please. Good evening, Kadeen. Good evening, Delroy. Good evening, Miranda. Thank you. Miranda, rather. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. Andrea, thank you very much. Is 49 the new 29? Because me not feel old. And nobody is going to force me into feeling a day older than 29. Not a day older. Is 49 the new 29? I can see people head drop straight into their hand and said, oh my God, what a pity. But I don't feel a day older than 29. So is 49 the new 29? Sunshine said, totally agreed. Amazing Grace said, oh, yes, it is. Yes, I don't feel old. I've never felt my age. I'm older than you. Wow. Yes, you're older than me. I'm just 29. I'm literally just 29. But yes. On a brief note, last night, I dealt with that letter that Mr. Rattigan and the others and Rupert Francis sent to Audrey Marks and those people. There is a response out in the Gleaner from the contact that the Diaspora initiative made on that, and seems as if a lot of people are not quite happy. But the truth is, more of us are unhappy of the way our country is being run than those who are unhappy with that letter and the proposal of that letter for the diaspora to bring awareness to the situations and the issues in our country and how our government or our current regime treat diasporans, even though our remittances is so critical to the economy. But it's sort of like, just make sure your remittances are here and then just shut up after that. So because they see that that initiative coming after cutting off their funds, the initiative is coming after cutting off their funds, and then you know how the money situation goes. You touch their money, they start wobbling. And that is exactly what that letter has done to them. Their knee start wobbling, so they're running to cover, wanting Rupert Francis and the others to withdraw. But my advice to those disgruntled diasporans who are unhappy with this letter Ask the current cabinet. Ask the current cabinet to sign the what the integrity thing in name, what the whole of them for sign, what PMP sign, what them afraid for sign because it's going to hold them to ransom and them finances are going to get hung down and quartered. What the integrity something name what them for sign, what them no want to sign. Those angry diasporans are diasporans uncomfortable with the letter. Ask your government. Ask the wholeness regime. Ask the wholeness cabinet to sign. Sign on the dotted line that they will keep their integrity intact. The problem is they're afraid the Integrity Commission, that's what they should be asking them to do. Sign, yes, the code of conduct. Sign the code of conduct. You diasporans who are uncomfortable about that letter, ask the wholeness regime to sign the code of conduct. Then we'll know that they're serious about tackling corruption. What do you think, other than the finance, what do you think is their biggest problem here? Me personally, I think one of the biggest problems they're having, their corruption is going to be called out, even though it is widely known that our politicians are corrupt, but it's going to be called out on social media across the West. It's going to be highlighted in the United Kingdom, in Canada, in North America, in Europe, which they all go with their basket cap in hand. In 2019, the Prime Minister told us about the initiative they have with the EU. Last year, we saw them collecting 30 million, I think 31 million from the US. A vast amount of that was to invest in initiative for young people, to deter young people from crime. Have we seen any, or have we been told of any sort of investment? Have we been told of any, or we know of any form of investment that is being put, or social initiative that's been put into these fractured or broken community where young people flourish in gang crime and violence and all sort of other elements of crime, whether it be scamming, raping, extortion, you name it, even though Prime Minister upstairs is said, just brush off the technicality of the gruesome murders. we really don't have a big issue with crime. It simply means the Prime Minister said, I don't see what you all are talking about. Because if we not just brush aside, once you brush that aside, you know, we're just talking gibberish. If you brush aside, it's a pity him never say the few murders. But as come to the Prime Minister, if you brush that aside, then we really don't have a problem. The question I want to ask is, these angry diasporans, are they looking at Jamaica or are they looking at their party political affiliation? Because one thing us in the diaspora can see from a clear view, from a distance, is the lost potentials or the destroyed potentials of our country. Our country have the potential with the natural and human resources that it has. Our country has the potential to do so much, to be great. But because of one, corruption, high levels of violent crime, murder topped it off, extortion, scamming, the way gun crime has gone island-wide, it has left people island-wide feeling unsafe. Not only that, it has also sent home a lot of fear to diasporans who wants to come home, and who wants to invest to build a better Jamaica. People are running scared. A lot of people in the diaspora have built their homes and return home and have to run back to coal foreign because they think that my retirement plan to retire back home after years of living and working abroad, but come home to find out that they are, one, extorted a lot of the time because everybody think from your foreign or your pensioner or expat, you're financially well off. So you are a target for extortion, robbery, or whatever, to the point where a lot of people have to left them house and come back. Left them house and come back a foreign because them cannot deal with the situation that they're facing, the issue of safety. So if these people are really concerned about Jamaica, concerned about crime and corruption, and stop concerned about the begging bowl, Because all I hear from you disgruntled people, diasporans, is them a cut off with liquor money. It's just the begging bowl syndrome. It's like, let it continue as long as we can beg and get money. Let the country just fall apart with corruption and crime. Why is it you're also concerned about money and not about people's livelihood and development, people living standard, people's safety? This is what they care about. Money, money, money. That's all that they care about. Money, 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 and not the safety or the well-being of Jamaicans, but how much money Jamaica can accumulate by going cap in hand begging money. What about those money that we've already got for certain initiatives which we are not seeing invested in our community or in our country? Why should we allow you to go around and beg more money to create more corruption? How much money did the government collect globally during the last 2 years, and during the 2 years of lockdown? We saw governments across the Western Hemisphere keep people afloat, whoever was had to be out of work. People's salary were being paid, they were kept afloat. How much Jamaicans were supported by the government, even when we knew they collected a lot of money from the US, the UK, the EU, and several other donors. What has the government done with all those money collected during the lockdown era? What has the government done with the 31 million? We see that they collected from the United States just a year ago. It's all about begging and pocketing. Sorry. It's all about begging and pocketing. So you all talking about letter should be withdrawn. Withdraw what? For what reason? To leave you the opportunity to go and beg? Because the most concern you have is about how your begging bowl is going to be affected. Your begging bowl seems to be the major priority, not what is happening in our country, not the escalating crime in our country, not the massaging of the economic, the employment figures to fool us. I'm yet to hear the government explain to us all of this low employment. What are the jobs that people has taken up Who has created the jobs that people has taken up? Are these jobs in private or public sector? Are you counting part-time job into this? Are you counting people who may be on flexible working? You get something here, you get something. No form of breakdown of what they're really talking about. We're only continuously told we have the lowest employment figures ever, but we have never been told where these jobs have been created, what type of jobs that are being created. So it's just a continuation of fooling us and collecting, pocketing, and walking away. But no, this letter will not be withdrawn. The initiative must go forward, and the government must cooperate with diasporans in relation to implementing policy and in giving advice, because a lot of us in the diaspora can give advice to the government, assistance to the government, but because they are hell-bent on just being themselves and their clique, then they want everybody to stay silent. This is why we have a prime minister, the husband, and a speaker of the house, the wife. I wonder if those diasporans were uncomfortable with that letter understand the context of how our Prime Minister uses our Constitution or violates our Constitution. The Prime Minister is a constitutional position. The Speaker of the House is a constitutional position. Both of those two big positions reside in one family. Does the disgruntled diasporans see that as a threat to our democracy? Does these disgruntled diasporans see this as a threat to our democracy, where the wife and the husband control the business of the people, not the cabinet? The wife and the husband. The husband has the power to remove who he wishes from the cabinet at his own will. The wife has the power. The wife has the power to refuse any question. The wife has the power to refuse any question she wishes. She has the power to refuse any question she wishes from the people. The disgruntled diasporans are to be concerned about, rather than how much the letter is going to put blockade and their cap in hand begging, because that is all they're concerned about. How much money that letter might stop them from begging. So these disgruntled diasporans don't really care about the corruption, the crime. Nothing that the letter suggests. They acknowledge that there are some problems, but their main concern is about how much it's going to affect their begging bowl. So they're basically telling us, guys, this is all about money. Cares what I go tell we so if we think about it, no? This is all about money. Like and share the live, please, guys. Because you know me soon gone. Because my throat's going already, so me soon gone. But like and share the live. Welcome, Carlos. I just see you joined. Welcome. But yes, me just want to highlight that in my birthday chit chat said these people are only disgruntled because they see the initiative of this letter hitting them in their pockets. And it's the begging bowl, the cap in hand. It's the cap in hand that is most important to them. So let's jump out there and tell them how much they're making. They're going to make it difficult for us to go and beg money at this difficult time. It's all about the money for them. But if the disgruntled diasporans are so concerned, let's start somewhere. Encourage your government to sign the code of conduct. Let's start there. Advise the wholeness regime to sign the code of conduct. That is somewhere good to start. But they can't be asking people to withdraw letter, because it affects their funding. What about people's life? What about people's livelihood? What about people's business? The money that you're going around begging, if your government or government solve the crime or deal with the issue of crime or stop flourishing crime in our country, so much more diasporans could go home and invest and create jobs. One don't have to keep go cap in hand. But the cap in hand won't always go, is never to benefit the people. It's always to benefit your persons. Because Jamaica get a whole heap of donor monies and grant for all sorts of different reasons. But we can never see a development in our public services. No form of development in our public services. But we've all seen you all collecting money in millions and billions. Well, then we saw where you all could pay yourself heftily. So we understand where some of this will go. Can you believe these people who are pushing back on this letter? Have they seen how our teachers are being drained out of our education system? And the government not doing anything about it because they couldn't afford to give teachers more than a very minuscule pay rise. But they gave themselves 300% pay rise. These people are taking us for a mug. Literally, they take us for mugs. But this is where I wind down for tonight. My voice is going and my headaches start coming on. This was just my little birthday chit-chat. And as I said, 2049 is the new 29. Even if I look a day older, I do not feel a day older. So thank you for being on with me at my 29th birthday on the 29th of December. You know, I don't know what I'll be doing or where I'll be going later, but I've been threatened that I need to get out of the house. I've been threatened that I need to get out of the house because literally from last Friday, I've been a house rat. I have been a house rat, so tomorrow, when daylight, that's what tomorrow in England already. When daylight, me find somewhere to go and something to do. But thank you all for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate you. Thanks for all those who wished me happy birthday. Bless you. And we will see you over the weekend. Thank you very much for being here. I want to say to my viewer on the Twitch, thank you very much for being here. It is my debut broadcast on the Twitch. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. I really, really do. And please like and share. And if you are here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so. No, sir, I was stop, man. Hold on there. Somebody said something about meet you at U3. No, man, somebody has stop me. Who you be? No, sir. So you all make me I go change. Even if me there go there, so you all make me I go change because me don't know who you be. But I don't know me walk with bodyguard. Oh, Grace. Hey, how are you? How are you? So now me don't have to change. Now me don't have to change the location. But I don't know me walk with my bodyguard anyway, so I am fine. I do have a bodyguard. If anyone doesn't know, I do have a bodyguard, so if you see me out the road and attack me, you could be shot, like literally, because my bodyguard could be just over the other side of the road. But Grace, yes, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Definitely. Okay, peeps, thank you very much. And we will be seeing you on the weekend. Thank you. If anyone, and I'm going to linger a bit on TikTok. If anyone wants to come over and join and have an on-screen conversation on TikTok, you are welcome to do so. But for those on Facebook, on the X, on Twitch for the first time, thank you very much. And to those on YouTube, thank you for being here. If you want to continue a little after chat, come and join me over TikTok. And if you have the right amount of numbers, you can join me on screen. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.